Let's head to the courts. Captain is here. He takes us to court. I think that we need to let the court systems work. We need
really.
to take people to court every now and then, because the rate at which we've become a very sick nation, where people spew anything, especially on social media, it's unpardonable. Captain, good morning to you.
Good morning, Lily. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. How are you?
It's great. I'm fine. So I remember way back in school, one of the things that we learned, I think in social studies, and those who learned government, was to tell you that Abraham Lincoln's definition of democracy and all of that, government of the people, by the people,
and for
the people. But sometimes I sit down and I wonder, what kind of democracy are we in Ghana practicing?
Very, very poignant question.
So we sit down and say, when we refer to the government, they will think that it is John Dramani Mahama who is at the Jubilee House. We think that it is the party that we have voted for. They are the government. But per that definition that we have learned so many times, we ourselves, me as I stand here, you as you sit there, and those who are watching us, are the government. We are the government, so the government of the people, for the people, because that is why we go to the poll and elect who lead us. You are doing something and say, oh, this one, leave it for the government to come and do it. Who is the government? It is you and I.
Yeah.
You are perpetrating an illegality and you think that, oh, let me do it for the government to come and correct it. There's a gutter in front of you and say, oh, let me just create more mess. The government will come and do it. Who is the government? People will see that because of the kind of democracy that we are practicing, so we say freedom of speech. So you just sit down and then allow anything at all to come out of you without putting conscience. Our conscience is not even questioning us as to what we are putting out there. What are the implications? You mentioned somebody is wishing death
On another.
on another. I go to court every day and I tell you what, if there's one thing you should not even wish for your enemy, it's for the person to have an issue or brushes with even the law. How much more life? Sad. But
Very, extremely. Talk to us.
Really.
What are we looking at this morning?
we are still mourning.
Exactly.
Yes, we're still mourning. And in the context of things, yesterday was exactly 1 week when this disaster came to bear. Series of activities have been put in place. President declared 3-day mourning.
National mourning,
Then I know also for a fact that for a whole week he declared the fact that he's suspending all activities for a week. And between last Wednesday and now, we realize that a lot of activities have been cancelled, and some of them have been put on hold. Others too, even when they are taking place, they are done in a certain way that it reflects the mood in which the state or the nation is. Yesterday, I had a note that when the incident came, we played the Attorney General's voice here when he visited the home of the late Dr. Murtala Ibrahim Mohammed. And the man broke down in tears. He really broke down, you could see. And I tell you what, this is a disaster or a tragedy that every single person that, of course, in my space, that I have won, those who we have seen on television, even those who have appeared at the ceremonial gardens, you see that if you don't see them in tears, emotionally, they are broken. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to engage the learned Attorney General, Dr. Dominic Ayine, when he sworn in audit service board within the office of the Attorney General to ensure that, look, accountability, how they go about dispensing or using their funds are checked, are put in proper checks. One of the things that I asked him, yes, within the last few days, the country is mourning. The institution, Attorney General, the Office of the Attorney General, or the Ministry of Justice and Attorney General, has this really impacted on you? Let's hear from the learned Attorney General, Dr. Dominic Ayine.
The helicopter disaster has impacted on the nation as a whole, and we are not, we are not outside the area of impact. In other words, what I'm trying to say is that the entire country has been impacted by this disaster. Okay, and the Minister of Justice is an integral part of the society, and so we have also been negatively impacted. I mean, of course, personally, I was very close to the three top officials, and I'm sure you saw me, basically break down when I was asked to, say something about the, Honorable Murtala Mohammed. So it is something that has impacted the entire nation. It has slowed down work, as you can, as is understandably the case, because we cannot be mourning our heroes and still at the same time be efficiently and happily performing our duties. So it has impacted us, negatively. But God will make a way. That is what I always believe. And this country will rise up and then do what the fallen heroes were required to do as public officers, because they died in the line of duty. And the reason they were going for this ceremony was to make lives better for the people of this country. The illegal mining has polluted our rivers, it has destroyed the environment, it has made life unbearable for mining communities living in and around mining areas. And sustainable mining is one of the things that we can do to develop this country. And the president is committed to it. The public officers who were going for this ceremony were committed to it, and they were working very, very hard to ensure that we have a system of sustainable mining that will at the same time give us wealth without destroying the environment that produces the wealth.
So, Dr. Dominic Ayine, the Attorney General, he says that, look, it has really impacted on his office, as it has on the state. The fact that these fallen heroes were embarking on a particular mission, it is time that things are done and are done properly. But on Galamsey, there are many who are making the call that, look, President Mahama, this is the best opportunity to declare a state of emergency. Do you share the sentiment of these people?
Captain, listen, I think that this is long overdue, if you ask me. It should have been one of the cardinal things that is government, after, especially President Mahama, after ascending the seat, the highest seat.
On January 7th.
After January 7th. It should have been one of the cardinal things he should have done. Once we treat Galamsey as a war, then we avert our minds to it. But we keep dancing around it. We know what to do. They're just refusing to do it.
There should be an entrenched stance.
Yes, and yesterday, to the effect that yesterday, the people somewhere in the Ashanti region attacked men in uniform. They attacked men in uniform. Manso Bonteso. I wanted to get the name right. Manso Bonteso. They attacked IGP's men. And we are so grateful to the men that they stood their ground. But see,
the nation called Ghana.
The chiefs are involved, the MMDCs,
that is where the challenge is.
Yes. This is our collective responsibility.
So,
we are treating Galamsey with kids' gloves, unfortunately.
Lady, yesterday I asked the Attorney General, now the fallen, they have died, as you mentioned, that look, they were embarking on a particular mission on illegal mining and they died. How do we honor them?
The country will emerge better and stronger, but we will not lose sight of the fact that these fallen heroes committed themselves to the welfare of our nation, and the best we can do for them is, to be able to solve the problem that they were going to solve. So thank you.
That if we really can honor these fallen heroes, then their example should be used as a means to combat Galamsey. And that is the best way to honor these. Now we'll call them, is it Big 8? Yeah. We have Big 6 in our history. So this one is fallen 8, right?
Yeah.
Very sad, yeah. It's very sad. They died.
When I think about it, I get all emotional and... Well,
maybe it's a way God is telling that this is how you can fight Galamsey.
It's a wake-up call.
Yes. Yeah. This is the best time that you can stamp your feet ground and say that, look, no more to Galamsey and all of that. So we are watching those who have say in this whole matter. And as Ghanaians, as I've mentioned, the government is us. So those of us who are engaging in the Galamsey activities, we are the government. So anybody involving in that, if you call yourself the government or the people that is supposed to be part of what is happening, then you should not engage in these illegal activities and all of that. But we'll keep monitoring and all of that.
What else are we looking at?
We are still mourning.
Absolutely.
Yesterday, the lady Chief Justice, so Director, you can just, the lady Chief Justice who has since been suspended, Justice Gertrude Saki Tokonu, as you can see on your screens over there, was at the Defense Ministry, together with the husband, Mr. Francis Tokonu, to sign the book of condolence in honor of the fallen 8. Specifically, when you go to the Ministry of Defense, that is where the former, the late Defense Minister, Dr. Edward Omadimboama works. So, as you can see, moments after she was done signing the book of condolences, they took some photographs there. So this is the forecourt of the Defense Ministry when the Lady Chief Justice Gertrude Saki Tokonu, who has since been suspended because of certain petitions that have been received by the President, and investigations are still ongoing in relation to these petitions. And she didn't end it there, Lily. From the defense, she went to the ceremonial garden in front of the Jubilee House. Absolutely, to also lay some flowers together with the husband in honor of these fallen heroes. So personalities, individuals are still going to the scene, the garden, to lay some flowers. But what we are telling you this morning is that the Lady Chief Justice, Justice Gertrude Saki Tokonu, was there to also sign a book of condolence together with the husband in memory of these fallen souls.
Okay. What else are we talking about?
Legal education. This morning, we are sharing some updates or some changes that are happening within the legal education sector, Ghana School of Law. And what we are discussing with you this morning is that in respect of some changes that has come in, and the changes that are coming is to the effect that the current director of the Ghana School of Law has been, his attention is fully required at the judiciary. You note that sometime July last year, he was elevated to the second highest court of the land, the Court of Appeal. So as we speak, Justice Berima Yawopon is a justice of the Court of Appeal, and then he was still serving, or he's also serving as the director of the Ghana School of Law. There was a letter from the General Legal Counsel, and the chairperson of the General Legal Counsel is the acting Chief Justice, Justice Paul Bafuboni, to him by way of the fact that the judiciary or the Court of Appeal will need his full services now. Note that when he's playing the role of the director, he's more focused handling issues with Ghana School of Law, legal education, than playing a role as a judge in respect of things that are happening in court. So per this letter, we are giving you its content this morning. It says that, look, resecondment to the General Legal Counsel. That is how the letter was captioned. And it says that upon your appointment as a Justice of the Court of Appeal on 31st July 2024, that is last year, you were seconded to the General Legal Counsel as Director of Legal Education. The judiciary now requires your full services, so you are recalled from the position of Director of Legal Education with effect from September 1, 2025. That will be at the end of July. So his last day will be at the end of August. So 1st September, he's supposed to fully be on duty as a Court of Appeal judge. You are to hand over to Professor Raymond Atuguba, former Dean of the University of Ghana School of Law, who has been appointed Acting Director of Legal Education of the General Legal Counsel, while a search party is put in place for a permanent Director of Legal Education. And for those who know Professor Raymond Atuguba, you note that he's such an astute man in all of the things that he does. And then the letter continued to say that, I wish to thank you for the significant contribution you made to the professional legal education during your time as the Director of Legal Education. And this was signed by the Acting Chief Justice Paul Bafuboni on August 8, 2025. And this letter was copied to the Chief of Staff, Office of the President, the Judicial Secretary, and the Secretary to the General Legal Counsel, the Honorable Attorney General and Minister for Justice, the Registrar, Ghana School of Law members, and of course, the General Legal Counsel Director, Human Resources, and of course, of the Judiciary. So that is the letter to the current Director of Ghana School of Law, notifying him that his services on the bench will be fully required, for which reason is to hand over to the former Dean of the University of Ghana, Professor Raymond Atuguba, who is taking over in acting capacity until the search party comes out with a substantive Director General. But Lily, moments after the letter got to the current Director of the Ghana School of Law, Justice Yaopong, he has responded in a way, by way of a notice to all the students in the school. And this is what he said. This is to inform all students that, in fact, the notice is headed, Notice to All Students. And he said, this is to inform all students that 31st August, today is 14th, for about 16 or 17 days from today will be the last day, his last days in office. This is to inform all students that 31st August 2025 will mark my last day as Director of Legal Education in Ghana and Director of the Ghana School of Law. I am deeply grateful to the Almighty God for his love, guidance, and protection over the past 3 years. I had hoped to finish my full term, or at least see through the current academic year and the forthcoming call to the bar ceremony for the final year students. But sadly, that was not to be. Okay, so let's look at the next slide. So that is what Justice Cordier, Berima Cordier upon is saying. He said, to all our Part 2 students, so the Part 2 students are those who are expected to be called to the bar in October. It is my earnest prayer that every one of you will be called to the bar this coming October. To our Part 1 student, that's what you refer to as the first years. And this is the Part 1 is what the new legal, the bill that is currently being worked on, so that if Parliament agreed, will change, or the other schools will have the opportunity to also run, faculties will run. It's mostly has to do with the Part 1. The Part 2 will be the national exam that you take. Then once you pass, you are being called to the bar. So to our Part 1 students, may the Almighty God grant you success and guide you through to Part 2. I encourage all of you to extend even greater respect, cooperation, and support to my successor, as well as to the management and staff of this esteemed institution. May God richly bless you all and grant us success in every endeavor. Thank you. And this is from Justice Nana Berimaya Kodie upon JA. So the JA that you see there is Justice of the Court of Appeal. Director of Legal Education, Director, Ghana School of Law. And this one was issued on the 12th of August, 2025. So in respect of what is happening within the legal sector, these are some of the updates that we should pay attention to. So Justice Barima Opon, his last days as the director of the Ghana School of Law will be on the 31st of August, 2025. And so today being 14th of August, approximately he has about 17 days more to go. And the judiciary or the General Legal Counsel is saying that his full services are being required on the bench.
Okay, thank you very much, Captain, for bringing us court today. I bring us sports news after this.